Well, welcome to the next clip in the series of restoring the old Victorian spinning rod. Okay folks, so welcome to part 3 of manufacturing a fishing rod ring for an old spinning rod. Essentially what I've got here is a drawing of what the spinning rod is going to look like from the side. Okay, and so what we're going to do next is we're going to produce this piece here as one piece. So from our original measurements in video 1, we measured from the stitching to the stitching on the rod, the windings, let's call it, instead of the stitching, was 83, and so we've made this exactly 7 long so that it fits inside the windings. So the windings will come to just a little bit further out than that. I've added a support nub to it because it's quite a big ring. It's quite large, and we've made the ring, which was in video 1. Alright, we made this piece in video 2, and now we're going to make the support. And I've drawn this exactly to scale. There's a 1 centimeter standoff between the rod plate and the ring, and that's the same as the fishing rod ring which we showed you earlier on, like this, so that it matches. And essentially we need to work out how long these bits need to be, and so that's why we've drawn it out. So we've drawn it out exactly to scale, and what we're going to do next essentially is just measure between there and there, and it turns out to be 3.8 millimeters. So if you double that, because we're gonna make this as one piece of wire, all right. So if you double that, that's 7.6 millimeters. So I've cut a piece that's 7.6 centimeters. So I've cut a piece which is 8 centimeters, and we're now going to proceed to bend that. And then, because we've done the drawing to scale, let me just find the piece here. We're going to need 2 of these, 1 for each side. So obviously I made one earlier for the other side, and we're going to just fit it exactly into the drawing. It should, if you get the right angle on the drawing, then it'll be right, essentially. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so here we are again. We've got our base plate, which we made in video 2. Our ring, which we made in video 1. We've got this piece here, which I've made in the background. We're going to make an identical piece to this now, so that this will then be soldered onto here like that, to support the ring, essentially. So here we are with back with our brass wire again. And we're going to straighten this. Mark it off with 8 centimeters. First thing I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to carefully cut the end flat. Right, so we've got a nice end there. We straighten the wire and then measure off 8 centimeters. So now we've done that, we then cut that. So we've now got quite a nice piece of wire. So the technique I haven't shown you in the other videos is this is invented by a Victorian guy. It's called Engineer's Blue, and this is a modern version of Engineer's Blue. It's a felt tip pen. So there you go. So what I'm going to do now is get the calipers, here, and I'm going to scratch the Engineer's Blue. And that allows me to know exactly where the center is. Okay, so then I'm going to get rubber block and a half round file, and using my finger as a guide, I've then created a kinch, and the kinch is just there so that when you persuade the brass to fold, it folds at the right place. So what you'll find is that that is a slightly curved looking joint because it's quite thick brass wire. So what you do is you just wallop it a bit until it decides to, until you persuade it to do what you want. Okay, so now we have our kinched wire, which is at 45 degrees. As you can see, it's not quite where we need it to be just yet. So the next job is to take the silversmith's pliers. Silversmith's pliers are special pliers that have smooth surfaces inside for handling metal without putting horrible grikes all over it. That's what they're for. So I'll put the book down so you can see the drawing just in the top right side corner of the screen there, and you can see that that's way off, and this drawing has been done to scale, so you should be able to carefully bend the wire until you get very close to the actual shape. And I'll go more go just yet. There you go, it matches the joint exactly, and that's exactly what you want. So now I'll just make sure that they're both the same, and indeed they are both the same. Yes, very good. So there you go. So what we're going to do next is, remember I cut this to 8 centimeters, and it should actually be 7.6, which is twice 3.8. So just going to mark these off to the exact length and make sure they're cut exactly to the right length. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to use the felt tip pen to do that. So I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm right. Okay, so we're back again. We've marked these off, and they are also going to be cut at a slight angle. There. So I'm going to file the ends right in front of you, and then we're going to go to the solder bench and we're going to solder those together. Okay, I need the surfaces to be as close as possible to each other. So that's why they're filed flat. So back to this again. And I'll put that in the shot, probably. It's not so easy to see what's going on there, but essentially we put the two pieces together and there'll be hard solder put onto those. So what I'm going to do is, to make it easier to solder them, I'm going to put some brass divots underneath it.